I am Henry the Eighth. I am. I am Henry the Eighth. I am. I got food, it's in my way, and I can't get a Willy or a Sam. Oh yes, I'm Henry. Oh God, I have a song in my head, stuck in me forever. Fucking Paul Z. I blame you, Paul. You know who you are, Paul. I blame you. Paul Everett Parkey, I think that's what your name is. Fucking Paul. Singing this song in a 12-hour special and now I'm stuck in my head. Fuck you, mate. Fuck you. Fuck you. How dare you get this song in my head? This is what's in my head. Oh. It helps to play it. What? I'm Henry the Eighth. I am Henry the Eighth. I am. I'm the virgin widow next door. She's been married 7 times before. Everyone's a Henry, great, Jacob, Willy, or Sam. Henry the Eighth. I am. Second verse, same as the first. I'm Henry the Eighth. I am Henry the Eighth. I am. I'm a virgin widow next door. She's been married 7 times before. Everyone was an Henry, and Jacob, Willy, or Sam, no Sam. Nathan, and I'm Henry the Eighth. I am. Third verse, same as the first. I'm just kidding. I'm not going on anymore. Fuck that. But this song has been in my head all day. All day. I need to find a way to just get it out of my mind. But I can't. I can't. I'm just like defeated. I'm like, I can't. Okay, well. This song. I can't really generally like stop thinking about anything else. It's just like, oh my God. It's just stuck in my head. I can't wait to see the responses to that and my just grade A singing. I'm Henry the Eighth. I just go back into it. I'm like, fuck you guys, I'm going back into it. I'm going to do the third verse, same as the first. Because I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm done. I'm done for real this time. That song is beautifully annoying. It's like putting the fucking Wilsonville radio advertisements on loop forever. I don't even know how it goes. I just knows it goes like dun dun on Wilsonville. It's time to get a minute. Luckily, I haven't heard the radio in forever, so I haven't heard this ad. So I've actually relatively forgotten about it. Thank fuck, because it's literally blasted all over like 101.1 or 105.9. It's like one of those two, or 92.3. Those are our local radio stations. Well, we have a lot, but those are like the big 3 ones that people like to listen to a lot. Or like the pop channel. I don't know what that's called because I don't listen to that shit. I don't listen to this generic music these individual children listen to these days. Because fuck that. Fuck it. I'm just kidding. I don't want to get too intense. I haven't not had a lot of food today, so I do have some food. So, you know, I haven't even said what I'm getting started into today, so might as well just go a quick overview. We got some sad depression that's going on in Afghanistan because, yeah! Great! We're still in Afghanistan? Yay! Of course, I'm being sarcastic, but there's that. Bitcoin ATMs might become a thing. Bitcoin ATMs. Interesting. That's very interesting. I will hope to actually see more of that, to be honest. So, can't wait to get into that. And for the first time in our channel, I think we're going to look into some conspiracy theories. Oh, conspiracies. I thought I picked one from All Time Conspiracies. I think this will probably be like the main one where I'll probably go check out for now. And this is on, did the EPA and the chemical industry put lives in danger? And it seems interesting, because I would like to hear what this has to say, because I have not checked it out yet. And we got some stuff about the Ten Commandments, because why not rip up the Bible and shit some more? That's always fun. I did that with Richard Dawkins when I did my last Ignorism, so yeah. I mean, you gotta tear religious somehow, you know what I'm saying? My, like, weird orange radioactive schlunker juice. That's, like, really good as fuck. And I think the last thing is just Florida is a strange place. And before we get into that, I got, like there's been some shit going on in Germany. So, it's not political related, believe it or not. It's, weather related. I heard like a, and then a boom, boom. Like that. Damn. Of course it's my dad, I know that. But, yeah. Strong lightning strike caught on cam as biblical storms wreak havoc in Germany. RT is funded in whole or part by the Russian government because Russia. Yeah. Yeah. I'll flip this over here so y'all can check it out. But yeah, I mean, we got. Hold on. Whoa, what? I still have Richard Dawkins in the background. Here. There we go. Yeah, so... Oh, is it me or is that all blurry? What the hell? Why does my thing not like to... I guess it's just the focus. Come on. Focus on my hand. Thank you. So, yeah, I mean, as you know, YouTube likes to put this shit in corners, especially on, like, news medias. Anyway, here we go. Let's check it out. Damn. Damn, dude. I've never seen lightning that close ever. I mean, whoa. I paused right on time. I mean, look. It left like a fireball. Look at that shit. You can physically see like a ball of like flame and like just utter pure energy. I mean, that's cool as shit, dude. Look how thick that is. And look, here's like... That's I think, a van. Oh, no, that's just a regular car. Now, that lightning bolt was probably about, I don't know, about as wide as maybe the wheels on that. Just going all the way up. Maybe wider than that. Maybe like double the length of the tires. I mean, and that hit this tree, I think. I'm pretty sure it hit the tree. Because the ball of flame that protruded from it looks like it came from around that tree. Oh, yeah. I mean, for the most part, it hit the tree. I mean, I've seen some gnarly thunder and lightning before myself. Not, you know, not in Oregon, but around the country. Because I've visited Texas, Montana. So I'm familiar with this. I'm familiar with this type of stuff. I mean, damn. Brutal. I mean, nothing exploded or anything. Whoa. Look at that. Holy shit. Holy shit, Germany. This is what's happening? This is what's going on in Germany right now? What the fuck? Where have I been hiding? Are those recycling bins just going down? Oh, wow, dude. It is recycling bins. Dude, how... Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow, dude. Wow. Oh, shit. Holy shit. Damn. This is like what's going on in Germany? Holy fuck. I know. Who are we gonna blame this time for the faults of what's going on in Germany now? I mean, holy shit. Like, whoa. I did not expect straight up floods that look like New York in 2014 with Sandy Hook. Like, that reminds me of Sandy Hook when New York got hit. Damn Russians. The damn Russians. They're at it again. The Russians. But at least they're not Henry VIII. Damn it, Russian News Network, I know. They're spilling this propaganda about fucking Germany. We all know that's just fake news. Like, those floods are just CGI and, computerly generated within. Those cars are just moving in slow motion. And they have special computing software technology that they can freaking make it look like they're in the floods and shit. I mean, that crushed out building that got flooded, fake news. That's just a demolition project that the Germans were doing. And that what looked like a school, fake news. That is just a nice, perfectly stairwell, and there was probably a performance happening, but we can't tell because they edited it out. They edited whatever was going on, what those children were watching, out. Because it's all conspiracy. Conspiracy! We are getting conspiracies later, but yeah. But not that. Well, that was not it. I mean, I really do hope the fuck that wasn't true or anything I said. But this will be interesting. So Bitcoin ATMs could be coming to gas stations or vape stores near you. Oh boy! But before I do that, speaking of vaping, I'm going to quietly vape myself as we get to listen into what we get to hear. What we get to hear on this fun little adventure. A Bitcoin ATM could be coming to, yeah, we got that part. Food Mart in Atlanta.
How's it going? I'm Brandon. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I know you were talking about hosting one of our Bitcoin ATMs. I don't know anything about it.
I can already guess who got a job at a vape store, and I would like to see how long that lasts. If it lasts longer than his dispensary job, I'm gonna be genuinely impressed. I mean, oh my lord, a vape store. He doesn't vape. He doesn't even vape. Like, I would be more potential to vape. I mean, whatever. I mean, a job's a job. I would totally get a job at a vape store, though, so I mean, I couldn't blame him. So, yeah. Though, it will be interesting to see little Bitcoin ATMs, because, I mean, with that cryptocurrency being such a new thing right now, I mean, even for me, I still don't know, I still don't understand totally of cryptocurrency, so once it becomes, like, more standardized, or, and, like, more, well, not standardized, but more, like, public, essentially, and more just out in the open for everyone to just have, and it's a commodity like any other bank or any other currency, that'd be really cool to check out. And one by the Clackamas Town Center, I haven't seen it, but next time I'll have to check it out, because that sounds, I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, seeing how technology and, like, how we do money now is just advancing literally right before our eyes now. Like, to be able to see how cryptocurrencies are becoming so vastly popular, and how maybe eventually, like, hard currencies and paper money will probably become obsolete if this trend continues. I mean, I wouldn't care either way. I mean, I'd prefer to have, like, hard currency and, like, digital currency, because the hard currency is, like, you know, you still know you got it, and there's actual, like, physical value for it. But with online currency, essentially it's kind of like you place its value on. I don't know. I mean, it's still a very interesting thing, and I'm not an economist at all, so I could just be spouting some weird nonsensical shit, but who knows.
Okay. All you need to
Cash
do
machine.
is provide the space, we install the machine, and you get a check each month for the transactions processed. We even handle the customer support.
Oh.
Brandon Mintz is the CEO of Bitcoin Depot, an Atlanta company that distributes Bitcoin ATMs across the country. Machines like his are the only places where you can use paper money to purchase digital currency. Okay, so show me how this works.
Tap the screen and click buy coins. So we'll just go ahead and choose the lowest option. You can buy $20 to $1,000.
Wow, you can straight up buy the currencies at these ATMs too. That's cool. That's actually generally really cool.
So here now it displays how much Bitcoin you're going to get. You're going to get 0.00152243 Bitcoin.
So it's worth about 30.
So $20 is not even worth one Bitcoin. Damn. Damn, dude. And there's like thousands of Bitcoins now. Like, I'm going to actually just look up like a little thing for Bitcoins here. As soon as I open my desk space. Yeah, well, it's being like you're essentially trading. You're essentially doing this, I mean, yeah, the $20 essentially is not $20, but what you're doing is just like any currency exchange like you would do, like, let's say you're going to a different country like I am later this year. That's essentially what it seems like so far, is like a money exchange, and also a place where obviously you can do transactions with your bitcoins. I missed the joke. Well, it's a comment. I mean, unfortunately, you can't get jokes sometimes in comments. Wait, let me look this up here. Cryptocurrency list. Whatever. That works. Wow. There's a whole bunch of them. I'm a free man. To me, you are a comet. You're just a mere comments on my stream. With more than 1,100 cryptocurrencies, damn, and a total market cap of 150 billion circulating the market today. Damn. So what's the list? Of course, Bitcoin, Ethereum, never heard of that. Altcoins like Ripple, Litecoin, Dash plus Digital Cash, NEMs, Zcash, Monero, Decred, which is decentralized credit. Huh. That sounds interesting. I'm gonna pull that off to the side to see what that's about. Decred, autonomous digital currency. Download wallet. How do I just learn about what this is? Dogecoin, that's a thing. I'm gonna actually look that up now. Dogecoin. Dogecoin. Yep, here it is, right here. Basically just, what is a Dogecoin? Oh wow, there's a YouTube video on it. Well, let's learn.
Dogecoin is a revolutionary digital currency. It can easily be sent through the internet from person to person with total security. With instant transactions, you can send...
So dramatic, holy shit.
Coins from Melbourne to Mumbai, from Madrid to Minneapolis in seconds. It's simple and safe to use.
So basically, it's just saying that it's like any other cryptocurrency. The fun and friendly internet currency. Dogecoin sets itself apart with other digital currencies with an amazing, vibrant community made up of friendly folks just like you. Okay. Friendly folks. I'm totally friendly. Oh, wait, Coin Market Cap. This is a website. And this coin is literally worth $0.003434 So even this isn't even worth a buck. But you can see this, like the market, stock market ratings for all these cryptocurrencies. Official crypto of the furry fan. You know, you know what? If it is, it's probably gonna be called Yifcoin or something. Let me look it up. Damn, it's not a thing. Let me, damn. Trending. Recently added. Let's just look up recently added ones. Powercoin, Spindle, Fantasama, Navidress, Level Up Coin, Faceiter. I'm just literally just like, this is a fat list. I'm just looking at random ones. Patron. What? Patron? Sounds like Patreon coins or something. Damn, but yeah, there's so many different cryptocurrencies. A lot of these are going up, down. Like, some of them are going up a lot, and some of them are just going down either like a little bit or by like a lot. Docademic is going up 40.21% right now. Holy shit, this is booming. And it's not even worth $1. It's worth 32. It's worth 32,500. Fuck. This is okay. 1.325380 cents. I don't know why that took forever for me to just understand, but yeah. Damn. I mean, with all these recent new... Oh, Loopring is worth $1.16. Okay. I mean, I might honestly at some point genuinely check out these cryptocurrencies at some point, and maybe invest in a couple of them, because I mean, I only will if I can, like, if I'm looking at one that's just been rising, and looks promising. Like, I mean, because that's essentially what a lot of this is like, you have to, there's a crypto coin just called hydrogen, just simply hydrogen. How much is this worth? Wow. And it's going down. And it's 0.004359 cents. Damn. Yeah, but there's all sorts of different cryptocurrencies. And some of them are saying that they're not mineable, which I guess means you can't, like, mine them to get extra coins out of them and stuff. So there's BTC Polygon. What? So Polygon has their own cryptocurrency too. So it's like, holy shit. It's all sorts of cryptocurrencies. I mean, this really does look like a big future for a lot of people. I mean, even I've always are extremely volatile. It's not backed by anything. I do know that for sure. That's why I've always been super skeptical of cryptocurrencies for the longest time. But recently, I've just been kind of seeing their promises. So while obviously I'm not going to just straight up just go for it. I mean, I'm gonna have to just like look at one of these and just see how well they're doing and maybe check it out. But I don't know. I think I know Steemit / DTube is here. Let me look them up. Steemit, because they run on cryptocurrency, and they're primarily. Oops, did I type it wrong? I'll look it up. Steemit. Okay, here we go. Just looked it up wrong. I'll pop this up too, because this is like a platform similar to YouTube, and essentially based on the how many people are following you and watch you and follow you, essentially, the more money you essentially get. And for them, like when you sign up, like it takes a couple days to process, essentially, because they're gonna like review you and approve you if you are actually, you know, being genuine with how to do it. Your voice is worth something. Popping up some shit. Get paid for good content, posts, and upvote articles on Steemit to get your share of the daily rewards pool. So essentially, the more you use Steemit and the more you interact with it, the more you're likely to actually acquire some profit off of it. And while Steam dollars are probably not as super high in actual dollars, overall, like once you get like a build up and start, you know, getting a little juicy side thing off of it, then hey, you might actually win a little bit. But I know a couple people that I watch who are on Steemit, but because I'm not on Steemit myself, I haven't followed and watched their stuff. But maybe it'll probably pop up. What? How to buy / sell Bitcoin in Cambodia and the National Bank cryptocurrency regulatory stance. Damn. So someone's just posting a video like, here, you want to make money with cryptocurrencies in Cambodia while they're trying to not let that happen? Here, do it. Here's how you do it. Damn. Cool. That was retarded of me to do. But this is pretty cool shit. Memeit.lol. Oh god. Somebody just speaking straight up a foreign language I'm not even going to try to comprehend. Well, you got $143.49 out of it. Pending payout. So 65.48 SBD. I don't know. 2.67 Steam, 30 point, I don't know. Shout out to Fampe. I'm gonna look him up because I have no idea who he is. Oh, here we are. First result. Oh, it's capital Cambodia. Okay. It wasn't a person. It just... Normally you don't see capitals with two titles within it, but yeah. I've never... Honestly, it'd be really, really cool to check out Cambodia someday. And, wow. First, like, a bunch of stuff just like, tour... Here's some tourism guides to Phnom Penh. Pretty sure I'm saying it wrong, though. I mean, Cambodia has such a crazy history. Like, if I end up doing streams strictly on historical things, which I might consider at some point, I might just do Cambodia alone, because, I mean, not only did they have the Khmer Rouge, but they went through so many different government changes after that. I mean, you know, I'm going to go off to another side and check it out and just go through it. I don't want to see a travel guide. Plan a trip. I've already have a trip planned. Let me just find Cambodia on the wiki. There we go. Wiki. Wikipedia. My favorite thing. Where's the predecessor? Because that just is easiest for me to deal with. Chewy. Holy fuck. Almost dropped my food. Chewy. Oh, damn. Here we go. Official names. The Funan Empire, or the Nokor Phom, the Chenala Empire, the Khmer Empire, Cambodia from 1431 to 1863, Kingdom of Cambodia, a French protectorate. You know, I mean, you know, during their during the colonial era from 1863 to 1953, minus the World War II aspect of that. Japanese occupation was in between that. Kingdom of Cambodia came back after that. Khmer Republic, Kampuchea, Democratic Kampuchea, Coalition Government of Democratic Kampuchea, National Government of Cambodia, People's Republic of Kampuchea, State of Cambodia, United Nations Transitional Authority in Cambodia, and then now, after... Okay, so let me just go down this list here from 1953 to present. So the first one, Kingdom of Cambodia, is from 1953 to the 1970. Then Khmer Republic from the 70 to 75. Kampuchea from 75 to 76. Democratic Kampuchea, 76 to 82. 82 to 90 was the coalition government of Democratic Kampuchea. 1990 to 93 was the National Government of Cambodia. 79 to 89 was People's Republic of Kampuchea. And then from 89 to 91, State of Cambodia. 91 to 93 was the United Nations Transitional Authority in Cambodia. And from 93 to today has been just simply the Kingdom of Cambodia. I mean, holy shit, like, they have been, like... They have been through so many different government changes. It is insane. And the Kampuchea notes is on the Khmer genocide, or, you know, the Khmer Rouge. And then Democratic Kampuchea was also going through that, but it regained or retained UN recognition until later with the People's Republic of Kampuchea in 79 to 89. So they had 1 decade of... Wait, whoa. I just realized that some of this is, the dates are like falling off a little bit. Whatever. It just shows how complex Cambodia alone is. Like, I mean, that's what I mean when I could probably do like my own stream just on Cambodia. I probably will now at this point, because I just went through so much detail on it. I mean, well, not so much detail, but just going through the timelines for this. I mean, you can only just imagine just all the shit going on and all the turmoil that they were dealing with. Like, I mean, especially with the Khmer Rouge and the Cambodian genocides and shit. Like, that was insane. But we digress so far from Bitcoins. I kind of want to learn a little more, so I'll play this video a little more and see what else might be popping through. And if not, that's fine. We got more stuff to look at, so it's all good.
So it's worth about $13 now, what I have in here. Does that sound right?
$20. Yeah, it'd be worth about $13 now.
That's because Bitcoin Depot took $7 of the $20 after markups and fees. He estimates that in total, his machines take in tens of millions of dollars every year. A host store, he
So
said.
out of the $20, $7 of it is essentially like taxed out of it to go to the company. So, damn, that's kind of a little steep. Which is kind of why I've been always skeptical about Bitcoins, because it's stuff like that. Like, how do I know that you're not just having it as a scam? And there's been plenty of scams, like BitConnect, like that guy. We need to go back to. Do we need to go to this one? I mean, BitConnect. It was such a great thing. It was just such a great, beautiful moment in just crypto history. BitConnect
Can expect to make a few $100 a month on average and attract more customers in the process. You put physical money in, but then it goes into the space where everything is ephemeral and there is no physical money. That seems like it puts you in a unique position.
Right, yeah, it's definitely interesting how we're selling a digital product. But the thing is, when you can actually touch this machine and know that there's a real company behind.
Well, I mean, it's not really unique to buy digital products at this point. I mean, look at online with gaming, like Steam, as an example. Like, look at stuff like Netflix. I mean, you're getting a online product that's not actually physical. So, I mean, it is definitely more unique with the scale with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, but I mean the whole idea of just buying online now, where your money isn't actually, you're not like getting something physically back with that money transition. I mean that idea hasn't really changed, or hasn't really been a big deal. I mean, for a while, just with how the internet has evolutionized, you know, how people buy and sell and do transactions already as it is, even without the Bitcoin coming in yet. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's definitely a unique position for sure, just because of how different it is. But, like, the main core of, I mean, yeah, just buying online, I mean,
everything is ephemeral and there is no physical money. That seems like it puts you in a unique position.
Right, yeah, it's definitely interesting how we're selling a digital product. But the thing is, when you can actually touch this machine and know that there's a real company behind it versus just a random website that could vanish at any time, it gives you this sense of trust and credibility that this company is legitimate.
yeah.
The number of Bitcoin ATM machines worldwide has tripled since 2017. There are now more than 3,000 according to Coin ATM Radar, a website that...
Damn. More than 3,000 of these are out and about.
maps
That's
them.
cool.
But turning cash into crypto hasn't gone mainstream as a result. Not a single person we saw using a Bitcoin Depot ATM would speak with us, and several even used profanity to emphasize how little they wanted to be filmed. That might be because they're...
Wow. Jeez, just be anonymous. Or some shit. Fuck. Douchebags?
they're shy, or it might be because they're shady. In the US, there's almost no federal or state monitoring of these transactions, which makes it hard to know if they're a portal for small investors or an easy way to launder money. Like how many...
It could be a little bit of both. I mean, if people are being that much of douchebags for just asking for an interview of, you know, how do you feel about this? I mean, then yeah, you might be doing some shady stuff. I mean, especially if you're at like some random food mart in where, like fucking bumfuck nowhere. I don't even know where. I mean, yeah. Then there's more. I mean, it's already been kind of proven here. You know, I'm gonna just probably see if I can pull up the BitConnect guy, because oh god, I forgot I did that as my title. What am I doing? BitConnect. Let's look at the meme. Oh god. Oh no, I don't know which one to click. I clicked one. Oh god. So this is the BitConnect guy, by the way.
What's up, BitConnect?
picnic! Yeah. So this is kind of proof of like scams and shit for sure, that in shady, scrupulous things that can't happen, because this specifically was genuinely a scam, which is kind of why this guy became so popular. Here, I'll just let you guys listen to him.
My name is Carlos Matos, and I am coming from New York City, New York. Let me tell you guys that I am so excited.
This guy's just too good.
I am so happy. I am really so thrilled to be right now sharing this amazing, glorious, super and exciting moment of my life with all of you guys. And let me tell you that we are really changing the world as we know it. The world is not anymore the way it used to be. No, no, no.
No, no, no. I love this guy. I love hating this guy. Like, it's just so... Like, this was the greatest speech of all time. No, no, no. Like, what the fuck? I love it. Yeah. Well, I mean, that essentially gets us through our little segments of cryptocurrencies. But now we got conspiracies. We got the EPA and the chemical industry putting lives in danger. Maybe. Well, let's find out.
From medicinal drugs to farming pesticides, US chemical manufacturers must file a comprehensive set of scientific safety tests to the government. These toxicology reports are reviewed by the EPA, the FDA, and other federal agencies. If they determine a chemical will not jeopardize human health or the environment, they approve the product for registration and sale on the market. But back in
I think we know what the EPA and FDA does when it comes to that, so I mean, I don't feel like I need to go through with it.
In the 1970s, it emerged the industry was fraught with fraud and poor standards. The American
Honestly, it really doesn't surprise me, though.
people believed the thousands of chemicals they were exposed to every day were perfectly safe. They were being lied to, and not just by the industry.
So did the EPA collude with the chemical?
Safety research is expected to be done to the most rigorous scientific standards, certified by lab technicians and scientists through exhaustive testing, including on animals. By the late 1970s, chemical manufacturers employed around 400 independent testing firms to conduct safety research for the thousands of chemicals on the market. By far the biggest of these firms was Industrial Biotest Laboratories, or IBT.
Oh, I'm familiar with
Since
IBT a little bit.
1952, they performed up to 40% of all toxicology tests in the USA. More than 22,000 studies for nearly every major American chemical and drug manufacturer and several federal agencies. Almost half of the studies were used to gain federal registration for hundreds of drugs, food additives, and pesticides sold in America and internationally. In 1975, Senator Edward M. Kennedy led a series of hearings in which
The one of many Kennedys that was in office.
FDA and EPA officials revealed the drug and the petrochemical industries were deliberately falsifying scientific research. A year later, FDA pathologist Dr. Adrian Gross discovered IBT was one of the worst offenders. IBT technician James Rawlins testified that during animal trials, conditions in the animal feeding room
Speed it up a little bit just to not have this feel so dragged on. Alright.
were so filthy, countless rats and mice would die, even drowning in their feeding troughs. There were
How do they drown in the feeding troughs? Like, holy shit. Like, your conditions are so bad for testing these animals that you can't even, like, that they drown in feeding troughs? What? Oh, like, fuck. Like, I mean, I get that it's pretty controversial to test animals, but if we're going to, then we should at least, you know, make it comfortable as possible for their lives while they're being tested on. I mean, because we're already doing tests on them. Like, make it comfortable living for, you know, for the animals while they're not being tested and experimented with and shit. So, just, good lord. Oh, that's terrible.
Feces, hair, and urine stuck to cages. They were heavily saturated. The dead rodents were left to rot. They decomposed so rapidly, their bodies oozed through wire cage bottoms and lay in purple puddles on the dropping tray.
Ew. Okay, that's fucked. Like, ugh. Ugh.
This was such a frequent occurrence, IBT invented the acronym TBD.
Too badly decomposed is what that stands for.
Too badly decomposed, to describe the raw safety data. None of this was reported to their sponsors or the government.
Yeah, that's why we need, like, some regulatory body or manager in there to inspect these places or something. Because that, I mean, I don't know how bad that goes on still, but if it, but it wouldn't surprise me if it still is to some extent. I mean, think about how unhealthy that is for the building and also for the people working there too. I mean, they're putting their own lives in danger when they have just such awful, grotesque little cages for these rats and mice, you know, and they're handling them and, you know, they're around them and stuff, and that just filth is just fermenting in the air. I mean, yeah. I mean, that also just cannot be good for them, testing it themselves. Like, that's just not, it's just not, I mean, what if we were testing humans and we were doing that to the humans that we were testing? I mean, granted, the only time people do that is voluntarily. I mean, because there's, like, volunteer programs where you can, like, or contracts where you can, like, get paid to be tested on. But, I mean, we take far more care in with people than animals, which sucks. I mean, I'm just an animal type of guy, I guess. I just, you know, I'm an animal lover, and that's probably just my bias of saying, you know, we need to take care of them a lot more, but we do. I mean, there's more examples than just this where, you know, we just treat animals just awfully and inhumanely to, like, the greatest degree.
IBT standards were so bad, its technicians refused to stand behind their own results and did not sign their studies. So IBT decided to forge signatures. At the end of a 7-year investigation, the EPA found...
So, sometimes it was so bad, even the people who were initially doing the tests were like, I can't sign this, fuck this, no. It's just not, no. And then they would just forge their signatures saying that they did anyway. Wow, that is some corrupt, scrupulous stuff. And it wouldn't surprise me if it still goes on today, to some extent. Just very, very well hidden, or just not reported on. I don't know. But it just sounds awful. Definitely just awful to many ways. And this just kind of ties in with the corruption in general. I mean, I don't know if they get into it later, because I haven't seen this video yet, but if they get into on the corruption stance of, like, the chemical industries, pharmaceutical industries as well, and maybe even, like, some fossil fuel industries too, on top of that, just because it is the EPA. I mean, look at Scott Pruitt right now. He's bought by the fossil fuel industries, and he's just essentially gutted the EPA to an amazing degree that is just unfathomable. And, you know, it's just basically handcuffing the agency so they can't really do anything. It's like getting rid of the EPA while you're not getting rid of the EPA, essentially. So, and Trump's been doing that with a lot of different agencies, but that's just a different topic for a different story. But anyway, I mean, it generally doesn't surprise me that if this is still going on, and this is why regulations are important, if done principally. If that's not a word, I made it up. Principally. Yeah, but, I mean, you need to take principle into, like, the environmental, the humane impacts and safety of not just humans, but animals as well. I mean, because we need to start expecting these testing facilities if this is what's going on and still may be going on. I mean, just that alone, I mean, that needs to stop. I mean, just full stop right there. If you can't even just take care of the animals, so there's less room for plausible false data, because you want them to be as healthy as possible to do their tests, right? At least that's what I would say. You know, I want, you know, if we're going to be testing subjects, they should be the most essentially sterile and clean as possible. I mean, so you can see the actual effects of what may or may not be happening. So, and if you're going to have them live in their own filth, drown in feeding troughs, and like decompose and rot into little puddles of gloop down to the bottom of these like trays and shit, fuck that, dude. Fuck that. That's awful.
90% of IBT studies had serious problems, and 80% of their research data was either non-existent, fraudulent, or invalid.
Oh, that's bad. So 90% was had serious problems with the studies, and then 80% were concluded to be either non-existent, fraudulent, or invalid. And I just wonder how much of it is actually fraudulent specifically. Probably a high number within this number.
IBT's testing labs were shut down in 1978. 5 years later, 3 IBT officials were convicted of fabricating product safety tests used to gain government approval for sale. They were fined and sentenced to decades in prison.
Wow, back when our government actually was doing something about shit like this. Wow. You're not going to hear that again.
Officially, this was the end of the matter. Then...
yeah, right. Oh, then in July 2017, here we go.
In July 2017, the Bioscience Resource Project and the Center for Media and Democracy released over 20,000 documents covering chemical testing procedures. Many of them were gathered over decades by activist Carol Van Strum through public interest lawsuits and open records requests. Among those many papers is a transcript of a meeting that took place at Howard Johnson's Inn in Arlington, Virginia on October 3rd, 1978. Attendees at the private meeting included senior EPA officials and executives from the chemical industry.
Of course.
At the time.
There we go. That's the corruption I'm talking about. Like, why would they have such a secret meeting to meet with chemical industry lobbyists in special interest groups to talk about EPA-related policy? Doesn't make sense. If you want to... I mean, if you really want to figure out policy, look to the fucking people. Do a town hall. Get people gathered and see what they say. Instead, you want to meet up with, you know, some rich elite fucks because they're going to give you a nice sweet little check at the end if you do their bidding. Because it's a little easier that way for you, I guess. Fucking sellout bitches.
Scientifically and ethically speaking, the EPA should have withdrawn its approval from every IBT-tested chemical and ordered IBT to carry out retests.
I wouldn't even make them do retests. I would get other parties to do it. Get a third party in that. Fuck. Ugh.
Instead, the transcript shows the EPA began the meeting by listing the errors made by IBT that federal agencies would ignore in order to validate IBT studies and allow its chemicals to continue being sold to the public. For instance, the transcript shows the government was willing to overlook the fact that IBT studies were often shorter than the 90 days required by federal protocols. The EPA also said it would use data from IBT's control experiments, even though they were carried out with test subjects from different batches, at different times to the main experiments, and in different environments. Furthermore, the EPA offered to accept all IBT studies even if they were unsigned or had forged signatures.
Wow. Yeah, so maybe these meetings with special interest lobbyists to slide loopholes so you can do shit like that maybe is the problem. So I don't know. I guess corruption is the issue. Maybe it's not the damn libs. Maybe it's just corruption overall. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, people? Just goddamn. Goddamn.
This was all despite the fact that, in that same meeting, an EPA consultant stated that there were few IBT studies that did not have discrepancies, errors, and omissions.
Sounds like the IBT gave you that to say out loud. Sounds like you rehearsed that.
In summary, the EPA's acting branch chief of regulatory analysis and laboratory audits, Fred Arnold, said, "We determined it was neither in EPA's interest or the public interest or the industry's interest to replace all IBT data."
It's in my interest, and I'm part of the public, aren't I? It is my interest to replace all this IBT data, and I can guarantee you, if I showed this to other people, they would be 110% with me on doing that, because it's obvious how, I mean, in 2017, I mean, they were just talking about what was going on in 2017. Trump is in office at that point, July. So you can only just imagine what Scott Pruitt and his little boys are doing to allow all this to just happen. Essentially, you know, it's just a free Wild West, baby. You know, EPA ain't a thing anymore. It's just there by title.
EPA's decision may have been based on the fact that IBT was not the only fraudulent testing firm out there.
They were simply the biggest. Yeah. Imagine others, like maybe, I don't know, Monsanto probably is another. Just a random guess.
As simply the biggest. Federal officials confirmed that most of the 60,000 chemicals in regular use across America did not have adequate scientific studies supporting them. The chief spokesman for the National Toxicology Programs.
So they can technically get away with lying, too, on these products. Just imagine that. Just getting lied to about chemicals that we use to clean, to spray paint stuff, to go down the list. And, like, soaps, you know, and like detergents and stuff like that. Is it really safe for you? Is it? Because at this point they could probably just lie about how safe this stuff is, because they do in the EPA and FDA. So just imagine what, you know, scrupulous, easily manipulative lies they put out towards the public when they were actually selling their products. I mean, this is the main reason why money in politics is such a big problem, because of this shit.
Said, we can't say with any degree of authority whether they are safe or unsafe.
So maybe you should do more tests, and maybe you should not allow them in the marketplace to be sold and bought.
As IBT's defense
do more testing.
Lawyer pointed out, conditions and practices under which the toxicology tests were conducted at IBT were well within the standards applied to other
No, they weren't.
laboratories nationwide. There were not
No, they weren't.
any real standards. There were no regulations.
That's true. There is none.
In December 1978,
when there should be.
FDA instituted the Good Laboratories Practices Statute. This standardizes the requirements for caring for test animals and ensures accurate record keeping. The statute is still enforced and updated today.
I wonder how well it's being followed now, considering who's running the EPA.
However,
I'm glad at least there's oh, hold on. Maybe we're kind to the IBT. Here we go. More corruption.
There may be another reason the EPA were kind to IBT. They were complicit in the whole scandal. In the transcript from that meeting, EPA officials admit the agency was verifying IBT's findings, but the truth of the matter is, they were never examined. Activist Carol Van Strum puts it best. The 1978 Howard Johnson transcript records a crucial meeting of EPA and industry officials to discuss EPA's response to massive fraud in the safety tests for chemical registrations. It documents the government's acceptance of phony industry studies while dismissing reports of human illness, death, involuntary abortions, birth defects, and other effects of chemical exposure. The various federal agencies that regulate the chemical industry operate with more authority and higher standards than they did in the 1970s. However, we can still only hope that the issue of human safety is more influential than the interests and lobbying of private enterprise and personal agendas.
Unfortunately, that's not the case. It's going to be about the special interests of private lobbyists and personal agendas being pushed. Until the people actually rise up and do some shit about it, and get peaceful revolution and a political revolution going, nothing's changing. Nothing. And notice my choice of words, because I don't want shit going violent. All right, there's that should not be on the table unless literally like every option possibly we can fucking comprehend and think about how to change is off the list. Like, we scratched it, we tried it. Like, it's like, and I'm always skeptical about it because I know the implications and the negative effects of what a violent revolution can do. So we shouldn't be doing none of that, but it's definitely just like, oh fuck, man, it's bad, and it's why we definitely need to change. I wonder who came back. Hello, what it do?
And we must wonder, what other secrets from the past have yet to emerge?
Oh, I don't want to know. Oh, that's the end of that video. Alright. Alright. Oh, wow, okay. Well, we're actually making a pretty decent amount of a little flick here. Nice. Oh, it's my boy. He's here. And yes, I am Henry Dice. Yes, I am. Do you have a Willy or a Sam? That song's in my head right now. Oh my god. Well, you did miss a little bit there. Got about 55 minutes in. You did see near the end of my rant because I watched a conspiracy video on the EPA and it's just special interest groups like the IBT or the industry of biotechnology or something like that, and how they, have corrupted the EPA, and essentially how testing and care for like testing animals and stuff like that is pretty bad. But I mean, it's the 55-minute mark, so go, like, when you watch it later, go back 10 minutes and you'll be seeing like everything about it. But yeah, or maybe a little bit later than that even, but I'm not too exactly sure when I was ranting for how long, but it was only like a little 8-minute clip, so I would probably say maybe 10, 15 minutes. But anyway, now we're going to get into the Ten Commandments, brought to you by the Drunken Peasants, because I just didn't want to deal with the other bullshit of just looking at a PragerU thing. I'd rather other people join me in roasting the fuck out of PragerU. Ugh.
Alright, sweet.
No document in world history so changed the world for the better.
Wow, so in the dictionary next to the word Republican, this guy's face.
Old white.
This guy's face. Oh god. Yeah, look at this dude. Look at this individual. Look at this individual. He looks like a fucking marshmallow, dude. His head is a goddamn marshmallow. His head's a freaking marshmallow, dude. What the hell? Oh. Nothing broke, but damn was that scary. Shit just started falling. I mean, there was like maybe not a hit, but like, well, fuck, my screen fell out. No. Oh. I had a screen in my bowl because the hole is way too big. It's way too big. It just sucks everything through, and I hate that. Well, I think I see it, though. Hold on. Technical difficulties with Ignar. Oh, man, there's a fat... Oh, okay, get the fuck out. Ew. Chewy, why do you shed everywhere? Come on, man. You know me. You know how we do this game. We don't do none of that shedding bullshit, Chewy. Did I say you can shed all over my room? Oh, I love you. She's just like, the fuck? Just put me back in my corner. Just no, my corner. Okay, whatever. I'm not saving the rest. It's just like smoked up stuff already, as it is. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. Oh, all right, Marshmallow Man. What do you got for us? Don't need those glasses on me. They're irritating. Who has a job at a vape store? Oh, one of our, well, my old ex-friend, but, he's, still friends with, Harley and, Rip City Baseworks. So, and because they are living together, and I'm not, he used to live with me for like a month and a half, at least 1 month, and, it opened my eyes to a lot about him, and I was just like, wow. Oh, not TJ. Oh, yes, TJ. It's not TJ. It's not TK. It's, I mean, he's still my friend. I mean, that guy's still my friend. Actually, I've been trying to get him on my stream to actually join me. Because, I mean, I'm going to have 3 hosts. Me, TK, and Harley. And, TK has barely been around. Like, Harley's been the one on my streams, and, Spasmatic's been on here a lot. But he's been just... I mean, he's got his own job, so I mean, I'm actually don't really care that much. I mean, I'm actually proud of what he's doing. He's a machinist at the moment, so he's got good shit and good gig lined up for him. So, I mean, he might be more like a guest host at that point. I mean, it just depends how we can schedule that out. But yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, I mean, I have like an idea. Wasn't he on the other night? No, he wasn't. But Rip City Baseworks, he was actually. He indeed was. And I am going outside and joining in their. Except RJ. Yeah, I noticed it was that, and I think it was because he nicknamed you. I know it's so confusing. Okay, so Harley's the guy who had all the bikes and all that shit. So I mean, we know who he is. Talks like this, you know. Said fuck you a lot. Attacks me a lot. So I mean that's who he is. Yeah, Spaz is obviously the guy who raps a lot, and TK, he's got longer hair than me, and he's only been on like like 2 or 3 streams, and they were like my first couple. Hold up, I'm just gonna lift that a little bit so that stupid light is at least somewhat not in the way. There we go. I become holy when I go low, 'cause I'm the holy diver.
Eight guy.
Just, I mean, like, when you think, when I have a mental vision, when I have a mental vision of, like, what does a hardcore Republican look like, I see that face.
Yeah.
I don't know who this guy is. I've never seen him before. Maybe we've done him on the show.
I think we have
done him before. I mean, he looks vaguely familiar, but that is the most Republican.
I think you and Ben
face I've ever
DP'd him
seen.
earlier.
Oh, holy fuck.
Yeah, we DP'd the fuck
We
out of that.
DP'd that fuck.
Look at that face. Yeah.
It was just double F.
Document.
Well,
They are.
Idea, TJ.
and then there's so many rules on the list.
Oh my god, they're just going off about this guy.
Civilization, the civilization that developed universal human rights, created women's equality, ended slavery, created parliament.
Wow.
What the fuck? The 10 Commandments did what? Did what now? I gotta go back.
Day holy. No one even pays attention to that. Don't covet. I mean, come on. Everyone covets.
Commandments.
Bullshit.
You're wrong,
Western
TJ.
civilization, the civilization that developed universal human rights, created women's equality, ended slavery, created parliament.
Wow.
What
What the fuck? Stop.
The slavery is condoned in the Bible.
Okay.
There's literally so much wrong with that. I don't even want to respond. It's so bad. First of all, at the time of the 10 Commandments, so Moses' time, slavery did not end. Actually, in the Bible it says, as long as it's not a Hebrew slave, you're good. And there's a certain way you should treat your slaves. And there's also like a 7-year period if you do have like a Hebrew slave. So, yeah, that alone is just bullshit. And 2, there was no democracy because everything was run by tribal monarchies and shit, and fiefdoms and empires and shit. So, that's wrong. And women equality, bitch, women were like expected to just breed and keep up the home at that time. Like, they did not have, if they did, it was very limited. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. We are in for a treat right now. It's not even them roasting it. It's just what I'm about to just expose myself to. Like, I've seen these PragerU ads, and they're so bad. They're like the most, like, if you want like strawman, like, literally embodied into a video, just look up PragerU. Like, so much of their stuff is like, it's so like, whoa. Obviously just bullshit, and this is just, oh my god. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
So,
Subjugating women is condoned in the Bible.
alright, Scott is beating me to
That
it.
too.
But that's basically, I mean, like, what?
What a joke.
I mean, look, if the 10 Commandments had shit like, thou shalt abolish slavery wherever you find it, thou shalt acknowledge that women are equal. I mean, like, in fact, women are basically listed as property within the 10 Commandments themselves, where it says, don't covet your neighbor's wife. You know, it says, don't covet his ass. We'll talk about his donkey here. Don't covet his land and all this other shit, and also don't covet his wife, because that's part of his property.
Oh, yeah.
Don't covet his wife, who he owns. So, I mean, like, to say, oh, you know, this is the foundation of universal human rights and ending sexism and ending slavery, like, bullshit.
Yeah, I don't even need to, like, try to, you know, break down what he's saying. It's just there. I mean, I'm not just going to let this video keep playing on. I'm just not going to say anything. I'm actually putting my input in this shit whenever the video plays. So I'll just, like, let him rant. I'll skip to when it starts playing again. And that's just, I think, how we'll do it.
You're so stunningly full of absolute fucking dog shit. No.
These commandments are as relevant today.
No.
No, they weren't. They're not relevant today. What?
Then over 3,000 years ago.
I don't know, maybe the social contract of human society and international law and federal laws and state laws and local laws. I think that's all relevant today than these 10 commandments, bro. And oh my god, your head looks like a marshmallow. I could stick a stick for that and roast you on a nice open fire. And I would not feel bad to watch this smug marshmallow face just turn nice and crisp that I could put on a s'more. And then I'll do it some more and more. Yeah, I was trying to think of a nice little rhyme there, beat, but I could not. I could not!
Yeah, completely and utterly wrong.
I feel like a hook should come out at this point and drag him off the screen.
Where's the gong?
Our broad terminology is as relevant as it's always been. Actually, it's not. Sorry.
This primitive list...
Rapping now. Well, I can't rap. That's the thing. I mean, if I wrote lyrics and had a beat behind it, I can do that. But I can't, like, freestyle come up with shit on top of the head. Like, it takes time for me to think about it. Yeah, we're nicknaming whoever the hell this guy is Marshmallow Man. He's the new Marshmallow Man. I mean, he really does look like a marshmallow. Like, the top of his hair is, like, the perfect, like, top of what a marshmallow looks like, dude. Like, this guy's a marshmallow. He's a marshmallow, dude. Oh, my God. I love the internet sometimes. You just find great gems and stuff. It's just... We need to just die... Like, I need to, like, Photoshop his head pure white and just have, like, his eyes and nose and mouth, like, photoshopped in on a marshmallow or something. Like, oh my lord. And then have his hair on top of it just to make it extra fluffy and schmellowy. If that's a word, schmellowy.
Stupid rules that I think only 3 of them are actually laws. Only 3 of them are actual laws.
And one of them is, like, don't murder, which is kind of a duh.
Of our society. This list is somehow just as relevant and fresh as it ever was.
Depends on the country you're talking about, but yeah, I'd say in the U.S. that's probably the case, because I'm sure...
Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness.
Yeah, those are the only 3. Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill. Those are just does, though. Like, anyone with a normal brain, or at least enough of a functional brain, or with half a brain, understands that type of stuff. Unless they're just like a kleptomaniac or just a serial killer or some shit like that. And, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty obvious duh that, you know, like, some of those laws are just... Like, like, 3 of them are does, and the rest of them are just like, whoa, draconian.
I want to say that the Sabbath thing could possibly be used against you in some countries, because some places are, like, really Christian, you know?
Adonia
is necessary to make a good world, a world free of tyranny and cruelty.
What? You want to know how you get a world free from tyranny and cruelty? Humanitarian aid, world peace, diplomacy, trying to end wars. Yeah, must I go on? The 10 Commandments doesn't do that. Come on. Come on. Do they think that people are literally this dumbed down that they'll just like free from tyranny and cruelty? 10 Commandments. Yep, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna have a cigarette later. Gotta be free from that tyranny. Like, come on. They're like really trying to seem like that people who actually follow them seem really stupid, because this is stupid. I mean, that's such a subjective, like, way of saying something. Like,
make a good world, a world free of tyranny and cruelty.
What? Like, that alone, free of tyranny and cruelty, that's subjective to how you go interpret it and go about that. So I mean, like even my idea might not be like specifically correct, even though I think it might actually be the best method. I mean, you know, humanitarianism, ending war, being anti-war, being very diplomatic, and trying to get world peace overall and give humanitarian aid to developing nations. I mean, Ten Commandments doesn't say anything about that. Come on. Oh shit. I skipped a lot. Hold up.
To make a good world, a world free of tyranny and cruelty.
What?
Imagine for a moment a world in
You're a
which there
lunatic.
was no murder or theft. In such a world, there would be no need for armies or police.
Hold on.
No murder or theft, we will suddenly not need armies or militaries or police officers. What? Like, this is literally like, are you like trying to push anarchism? Because that's like what anarchism is. It's like the abolition of government as a whole. I mean, the most purest anarchistic form of whatever. Like the most core philosophy of anarchism is the abolition of government. Just cold play. So if there was no murder or theft, we would still need officers and militaries for other shit going down, like foreign policy for the militaries, police officers just for community policing for other crimes that could be happening, for just overall public safety from like that outlier. Well, I guess if there's no theft or murder, you wouldn't need to worry about the outliers, but oh my god, it's just terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. Come on.
So, first of all, okay, imagine a world in which there's no murder or theft. Murder and theft are illegal pretty much everywhere on the goddamn planet, unless you go to places where there's just no centralized government.
Yeah.
Just because something is...
AKA, like, Somalia or something like that. Like, where there's anarchy. Like, do we want to devolve to that? Because that just... it just exacerbates the problems you're trying to say we should resolve. Fail. Seriously, this is such a... I mean, this is not even like... I can't call this a straw man at all, because it definitely isn't. It's just a very shitty argument. It's just terrible. Like, come on. I mean, anyone who's just slightly skeptical about things like this would easily understand how terrible that idea... Oh my god. Let's see how far they continue here. I'm just skipping a lot of this tirade, because, I mean... Come on.
Well, they still happen.
Right. Laws against things very rarely fully eliminate the things that they've outlawed.
Sometimes they don't mitigate it.
No.
Yeah, prohibition, basically.
Yeah.
Prohibition, yeah.
Weapons, men and women and children could walk anywhere at any time of day or night without any fear of being killed or robbed.
What about severely
Imagine further a world in
Yeah,
which
what
no
about
one
severe
commented what
beatings or arson? Like, you don't necessarily have to die in an arson. Vandalism, what else? Like, getting raped, maybe? Getting kidnapped and tortured, but not killed? Like, come on. Plenty of other things to worry about. And plus, there can be, like, some wild animal that could be trekking through your neighborhood. Like, every now and then we get coyotes. Not, like, here, but within my town, there's actual coyote sightings. And, like, in the other town north of us, Selwood, they get coyote sightings a lot because they're actually next to a natural reserve, which is where I think they come from. So, I don't know. But, I mean, imagine, like, if one of them had rabies or something. You have to worry about that. I mean, that's not even anything about laws or stuff. That's just an animal, you know, nature taking its course at that point. So, I mean, come on. I mean, there's laws for a reason, so we can help curb a lot of these issues like murder and theft, and they're never going away. As much as everybody loves the idea of that not ever happening, but there are very shitty people out there who are going to steal, who are going to kill people, who are going to rape people, you know, attack people. and just be a nuisance to society, because that happens. I mean, you can't change that, so you have to implement laws and regulation to at least curb that to some extent, so it's minimalized as much as possible. I mean, that's what laws are, is to minimize what the law is enforcing as much as possible. So you can't steal. Well, there's a law where you can't steal, and we're gonna try to make that a very big minimal as possible. So oh my god, oh man, this is a treat. Oh, continuing on.
To their neighbor, a world in which children honor their mother and father and the family unit throughout.
That's not
family values. What if your mother and father are outrageously utter abusive parents, or just outright neglect you? Now, luckily, I didn't have that case, but I mean, what if your parents are abused you and neglected you and did awful shit to you? Are you still gonna honor them then, when they basically rejected everything about you? I mean, because that's happened. I mean, a lot actually, but I mean, really?
No, that's not always.
I mean, that's just tug-stringing right here. Tugging at my heartstrings. There we go. Because it's yeah. I mean, it should be the parents' job to make sure that their child is developing healthily and socializing with other kids and stuff, and and being what's learning to just be a person. And then it should be at that point, if you have a strong bond and connection with your kid, then everything else should just be relatively fall into place. And yes, the kid's gonna make mistakes and shit. It's probably gonna tell a lie or two to you. It's probably gonna steal candy bar once or twice. That kid might smoke weed once he's 16 or something. But guess what? Kids do this. So you can't. I mean, Paul Zigo earlier today on Flash Ride said it perfectly. You can't legislate parenting. So this whole family values thing, that's the parents' job to learn about that. I mean, you can't make this whole family unit thing a law or a fucking mandatory shit or whatever utopia thing. I mean, because that's a person's choice if they want children and to have their kids honor them or whatever the fuck. So, oh my god.
Good thing, you fucking half-wit.
Right, what if their parents are molesting them?
Yeah, what if your parents are pieces of shit?
I just said
What if the parents are assholes?
They're your mother and father.
Honor them. And not coveting your neighbor's shit? Yeah, your neighbor might live in a mansion, you might live in a shack, but good for them. You live in a shack and have no running water. Don't covet your neighbor that lives in a house and has running water. It's kind of the antithesis of capitalism. I know, it's it's basically saying, just accept your shitty lot in life. Don't fucking do anything to try to change it. Well, I mean, it's not saying you can't even covet other person's things. I mean, you're basically undermining the foundations of the capitalist system that most of these Republican assholes seem to love so much.
Right. I've even heard Republicans say, when they grew up poor and they saw people that had better stuff than them, it motivated them.
Yeah, right. What were they doing? They were coveting. Coveting is not a bad thing. It can be.
Yeah, okay. I didn't even think about that argument, but yeah. I mean, even I do. I mean, I have friends who are far better well off than me, and in a lot of ways they motivate me in that sense. And I see other people around, and I just and a lot of the I mean, even people below me, they motivate me because I want to help them get motivated, and help them out, I mean, which is why I am getting into political science in college, because I think this is the field I probably want to go to, because because Portland has such a bad homeless crisis on its own. I mean, it's terrible. I mean, just the other day, some dude who is basically the watchman of this neighborhood in northwest or northeast Portland, he would basically tell homeless people in this area that they can't stay there because it's, not public property. I mean, it's a neighborhood, from what I can get from it. And I could just pull the article up. And the dude got stabbed 17 times, and he, dragged himself to a neighbor's house, and if they weren't home, he would have been dead. But it's like, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's just a symptom of that. Because, you know, that never needed to happen because homelessness shouldn't be a thing. But yet, it is here. I mean, one of the supposed greatest countries on earth, and yet we still have homeless. Homeless veterans, too, on top of that. Like, one of the things that veterans should be guaranteed when they come back from service is a home. You know? Like, you know, we need to take better care of our vets, too, on top of that. I mean, I won't even get in that rant, because that's just, you know, going into the military-industrial complex stuff, and, I mean, that's a different argument for a different day, but this is the commandments that we're getting into. And there's so much. It's just, I mean, we haven't even been to the commandments themselves. I don't even think they're going into them. I think they're just saying how great it is. All major cities have large homeless pops. Yeah, I mean, when I visited Dallas last year around this time, I saw homeless in downtown under freeways all the time too. And they weren't like condensed, but they were scattered everywhere. Like in Portland, there's a lot of condensed homeless communities, which, and then like little tiny like clusters of like up to 2 to 5 tents, which is basically up to like 5 to 8 people, give or take. And yeah, it's, or I guess 2 to 5 people, give or take, or 2 to 8 people, give or take. I mean, and that doesn't. I mean, I think I even tweeted out earlier because there was an article about how well, I could probably find it on my Twitter. Twitter. The worst, greatest thing ever is Twitter. Oh, man, the important update. Fuck off. Oh. Drunken Ferrari driver wrecks new ride on I-5. Wow. Fail. I don't like that anyway. Fuck that. Me. Okay, yeah, so the article is PDX jacks up prices for Uber, Lyft, and parking. And I said, can we instead just increase corporate taxes, redistribute the state's budget, and give funding for the city and state via reasonable taxes? Our corporate taxes in Oregon are so low, it's like we don't have one, which is kind of true. Actually, I could probably look that up, too. Don't charge more up for this stuff. Be more responsible. That's essentially what I said. And I think I commented on some... Yeah, here I go. We could easily lift some of the burden by increasing corporate taxes on income makers greater than $1 million yearly, and not add more fees and taxes to the middle and lower classes. Lift the burdens off to be able to get Wheeler out of office, because being that he's a shill for Columbia Corporation. And to elaborate on shill boy Wheeler, he was paid around $1,500 to ban loitering and sitting, and I think I talked about this on a stream a while back. Sitting on sidewalks in Portland and failed, and also had other methods of essentially criminalizing our homeless and PDX when they need public rehab and housing to get them back in normal society. So, I mean, that's just kind of like the rundown of what I believe in on that sense. So, yeah. I mean, overall, that's just kind of like my position on that whole homeless issue, cause, especially with how bad it is in Oregon. In Portland, too. It's bad. And, oh my... View my top tweets. Oh God, I already feel like I. Oh man, I do it. My yeah, my top tweet was the start of my rant that I did a while back on free speech because of that whole issue. I mean, if you looked at ignorism, free speech, which you were there for, you know about it. But, oh my lord, so much. It's all the tweets that I just get like passionate over, basically. My passion tweets are the ones that get the most love, or I guess the most views. I mean, not necessarily love, because there's still people that are replying to me on that bullshit of just like free speech. is not hate speech. And it's like, yeah, it is. It's still speech. So, someone did that earlier, and I haven't replied to him yet, and I don't want to. I'm done with that. Oh, and this was funny. So here, I'll just show this really quick before we continue. So someone in our bathroom is at the college was selling Molly or ecstasy. The person was someone selling ecstasy and put their number out like an idiot. Like, dude, come on. I mean, unless that's like your fake number that you use to like, what's it called? Like have your specific like drug phone or something like that. I mean, but still, just come on, dude. Just epic fail.
If you take it to some dark extreme.
And they do the thou shalt not covet your neighbor's wife. Does that mean your neighbor's wife has a nice ass and you look at it? That's like
you're a bad person.
Right there. Like,
yeah, I mean, like, what if your neighbor's wife has, what if she's fucking amazing and you just fucking can't help but look and just,
Yeah, I mean, just looking. What if you never, like, even say anything about it?
You pop a little fucking half chub or something.
Definitely 1-800
Oh shit, I just coveted my neighbor's wife.
time.
Shit, God's angry at me now.
Yeah, definitely 1-800 jail time, because it is just most definitely just jail time, dude. Like, I mean, that's why we need to just legalize drugs, because look at that. I mean, that person does not, he obviously another college student, doesn't need to be doing that shit. He's trying to make extra money, most likely to pay for college. It's just like, man, you could be working at a dispensary that sells, like, psychedelic drugs legally, like, just out of a dispensary. It feels all legalized, taxed, and regulated. But no, got a drug war we gotta fight, so you're probably gonna be a victim of it at some point. Financial aid, yep. Yeah, I mean, I got financial aid, and luckily that's been able to cover me. Like, I would technically be $7,000 in debt if it wasn't for financial aid, because that's how much it's covered for me. Which I'm just thankful for, because, I mean, financial aid, I mean, I wish it was open more to people. Like, I mean, it is, but I mean, I wish it was more people knew about it and were able to take advantage of. Which I don't know how it is around the whole country, but I know for Oregon, I mean, even in our own college, people come in to classes who'll be like, hey, there's a thing called financial aid, FAFSA, you should check it out, because it saves you money for school. And it's like, sweet. At least encourage it.
Going healthy, dude.
A world in which people obey the injunction not to lie. The recipe for a good world is all there in these 10 sublime commandments.
Okay, so I have a question then. So you're saying all this, like, these are sublime commandments. Okay, so they all say America was founded as a Christian nation. So if I have all these Christians here, then what's the problem? Why don't we live in paradise? But for now, here comes the sophistry that explains why that, even though that we have these wonderful commandments, why people live for them. But I mean, like, what he's saying doesn't make any sense, because he started off saying, oh, well, if we just, the 10 commandments is all we need for a peaceful world. And then he's like, oh, well, people would have to absolutely obey them 100%. It's like, okay, so they would have to function like no other law or rule in human history, right, where it's just universally followed and accepted. Yeah. I mean, anyone could make rules. Like, imagine how much better the world would be if everyone did this. Like, it doesn't take a fucking genius to cook that up. Yes, it does.
But there is a catch.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there is. But yeah, I mean, going to that point, I mean, yeah, anyone, because we all have ideas of how the world should go, which is why we have the free, open debate and discussions to talk about that, about how, how we can go about all our different worldviews and how to challenge them and see which is best for the world in the end, while we continue over the course of history to always continue to talk about it, to see at that current time, to see what's best for the world, and to see what's the policy that we can do to, implement for a better world in the end, or for the special interests of others, because corruption's a thing. So, I mean, come on. Come on now.
The 10 Commandments are predicated on the belief that they were given by an authority higher than any man, any king, or any government.
Sure.
That's why the sentence preceding the Ten Commandments asserts the following. God spoke all these words. You see, if the Ten Commandments, as great as they are, were given by any human authority, then any person could say, who is this man Moses? Who is this king or queen?
Okay. And you can't say, who is this God that I've never seen and no one's ever demonstrated to exist?
Yeah. What a phallic argument there. Come on. Like, because it was done by God, it cannot be challenged. But if it was done by man, then it could be challenged. Like, who is this king? Who is Moses? Who is this person? So who is this God that suddenly wrote these Ten Commandments that I've never seen before? Never seen any evidence of its reality. I mean, you're literally just trying to say, oh, there's an exception here. It's a no true Scotsman argument, essentially, but a little different. Because it's not, because you're not saying, but not all so-and-so is such and such, but this is what the basis on questions like, oh, I mean, you can't question that because they're not such and such. It's just like, yeah, I can. I think anything should be questioned. Everything should be questioned to some point, and have like an analysis of it, and figure out alternatives. Figure out the conclusion. You get the idea. I mean, think about it. Like, what I mean, I don't mean like think about it, go on a different tangent. I mean, just like think about shit. You know, don't be like super skeptical. You don't be like, well, won't trust a thing. But I mean, be skeptical enough to question things, you know? So, and just because it supposedly wasn't written by man, doesn't mean I can't question it. So, fuck off.
That's an accent, TJ. Okay, but here's the thing. It doesn't. It makes it actually. If it came from God, it actually has less authority. Because God, you don't know. You can't prove God. The government. Who is this government? The government is a people with a bunch of fucking militaristic force at their disposal who can have your ass arrested, put in jail, do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Who's the king? He's the same fucking thing. He's got power.
Okay, yeah, you can see the government, you can see the king, you can't see God.
And they actually have means of forcing your compliance here on Earth.
Sure, of course.
God doesn't have that. All God has is, I'm this invisible thing that you've only heard about from other people.
God is going to turn you into salt, TJ.
Well, good.
For me, how I should be.
I'm already salt.
Okay, so why is God indispensable to the Ten Commandments?
It's not.
Because, to put it as directly as possible, if it isn't God who declares murder wrong, murder isn't wrong.
Whoa.
Awesome. So...
No. Fucking no. Fucking no. Wrong. 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 Can I emphasize how more wrong this is? Marshmallow Man. Do you realize how wrong you are? Because as an agnostic atheist, I know just by common sense that murder is not okay. I don't plan on going on a murder spree anytime soon, nor ever. Fucking no. Just wrong. Does this literally mean people who are Muslim or Buddhist or Hindu or Shinto or whatever the fuck are all complicit with being okay with murder? No. You're a fucking idiot. Oh my god. Oh man. I feel like I'm doing ignorism right now, but I know I'm not. I'm just getting cancer by listening to this. Ugh. Just how wrong can that be? Oh. Oh. Like, damn. Just, everyone knows murder is not okay. Unless you're a murderer. Or think about it. I mean, really? Really? No, I bet his excuse, because I'm an agnostic atheist, technically, and I know murder is not okay. His excuse is probably like, oh, well, then you technically do believe in God. You just don't know it yet. You just don't know it yet. I'm like, I'm going to be like, no. My position still holds, and it ain't going to be changing anytime soon. unless I think otherwise. But that's up to me, not to anyone else. So just shut your fucking marshmallow face up, Marshmallow Man. Damn. Oh God. Just, I'm like almost genuinely triggered over that comment. Like, oh my God, that was so wrong. Just so wrong.
But should atheists just be these crime-ridden, pretty much what he said? Anyone who doesn't believe this just is horrible.
I'm sorry, atheists, 99.99% of atheists believe murder to be wrong. So...
Okay, I can't see 100%. I mean, yeah.
The fact that you think
murder, TJ.
the fact that you think that you need God for that kind of says more about you and your mindset than it does about theology. IMO.
Yet, as this strikes many people today as incomprehensible, even absurd. Many of you are thinking, is this guy saying you can't be a good person if you don't believe in God? Let me respond as clearly as possible. I am not saying that. Of course there are good people who don't.
You didn't technically say that at all, but you've been implying it.
Believe in God, just as there are bad people who do. And many of you are also thinking...
Like you?
I believe murder is wrong. I don't need God to tell me.
Yep.
Now, that response is only half true.
Uh-huh.
I have no doubt that if you're an atheist and you say that you believe murder is wrong, you believe murder is wrong. But forgive me, you do need God to tell you.
I don't.
We all need
No, I don't.
God to tell us.
God's never told me.
Yeah, I've never heard a voice that says, murder is wrong. I've just thought it to myself, and I'm like, yeah, murder's wrong. Murder's just wrong. Yeah. Like, come on. Real? No. Again, wrong.
I know murder is wrong. I don't need God to tell me. When has God told me? Are you going to say that?
Yeah, God himself has told us nothing. You're basically saying this book...
He's probably going to go this route of like, oh, God inscribed it on every human heart or something. Like, oh, God made us all inherently aware of these rules.
No, he didn't. Why would he need a Bible then? Why would there need to be a Bible if you inherently knew everything that was in the Bible or the rules you're supposed to follow?
And why would anyone even break them then?
Yeah, exactly. Like, if it was like almost instinctual, like just don't do any of these things, or, an all-powerful, all-knowing deity will just kill you, I think I would actually follow the rules then.
Pussy.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure if that was the actual standard, TJ, you'd be breaking the rules left and right.
I would tell God to go fuck himself.
Then you'd be dead.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Cosmic
Yeah,
concept.
whatever, TJ.
Cosmic.
You're so full of shit.
Even
Fuck
if you
you,
figured out
God.
murder was wrong on your own, without God and the Ten Commandments, how do you know it's wrong? Not book.
How do I know it's wrong? Because you're killing another person. You're killing another living being. Another living human being like you. That's how I know it's wrong, you dipshit. Fuck you. Seriously, just fuck this guy. Like, at this point, just fuck him. Like, he deserves all the ridicule of being a fucking marshmallow.
Believe it's wrong. I mean, know it's wrong.
I just told you, bitch.
Well, hold on. If I
The fact is...
if I believe that it's wrong, why do I need to know that it's wrong?
Yeah,
What does know even mean?
Yeah, that too. I mean, I know it's wrong because I believe it's wrong. Because I just stated the obvious that you're killing another living being. Like, you're literally taking another one's life that is another individual like you, regardless of their background or whatever. I mean, they're still a person. I mean, come on.
Instance.
I guess he's trying to say, like, you know absolutely.
All right, well, here's how I know.
Objectively.
I know that murder is wrong because I wouldn't want to be murdered, and I think that, penalizing it by law discourages that sort of behavior. Because, I want myself to be safe. I want other people that I care about to be safe from murder. So that's why I know that a law against murder is a good idea. Because it makes people reticent to take that activity even if they would. Even if they kind of want to.
It's an insult to just a secular model and a critical thinking model. It's like, if you just examine the issue critically, it's like, do I want to be assaulted and hurt and have people steal my shit? No. Would anyone else probably want that? It's very unlikely that anyone would want that to happen to them. Therefore, have we passed laws against these kind of things? It's not because some magical man in the sky was like,
oh, it's bad. Like, oh, I had no idea. I had no idea I didn't want someone to come take all my shit. Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You can't. Because without God, right and wrong are just personal beliefs. Personal.
No, they're not. Oh my god. This guy right here. Can we just say just this guy right here?
Opinion.
Okay, so let me ask you a question then.
Is open.
If there is a God, why would his opinion automatically be objective? Because he created the universe? Does that really follow? I mean, then
yeah, I mean, he's also technically another sentient being, if you want to put God in context. So, yeah, why? Just because he's on a higher level of dimensional property or whatever the fuck, does that seriously still make him objective? So, does, say, a fucking spider or some shit, because there's been like some fat spiders I've been looking at in my backyard. So, example, like what if a fucking like spider suddenly is like, oh, maybe I shouldn't fucking build a nest here because this being is telling me to. Like, it's not gonna, like, to it's not going to, like, it objectively is not going to, well, okay, hold on. This is getting confusing, even to me now. What the fuck? I mean, I'm trying to do mental gymnastics to get over his fucking mental gymnastics. Like, his mental gymnastics on this shit is so insane, I'm having to do it. To try to make a point. I'm just not going to fall for that trap. Never mind. Never mind on my example. But I think you get my point. Like, if beings below our dimensional existence, because we're three-dimensional beings, and insects and such are technically two-dimensional because they only know of a two-dimensional plane. So, essentially, the platform they're on. Basically, like, so again, going back to the spider example, its plane is going to be, it's usually web if it's like on, like, out in the open space. It's going to be its web that's going to be this platform, and of course it's going to be aware that there's other things out there, like how we're aware of other stuff in our galaxy and in the universe. We are aware of that, but we don't know about it, and that goes the same thing for the example of the spider. It's not gonna. It doesn't know that. It doesn't know what is literally out there, so it's not gonna give a fuck. It's only gonna worry about its own self and the dimensional world it's in. So, I generally really don't know where I went with that, but there you go. There you go. I mean, it's 1 in the morning for me. Later for you, so I mean, you can imagine I've been at school all day too, so I'm a little drained, but hey, I'm doing this because I'm draining the rest of my battery to do so, even with my phone a little bit, but it's charging. Oh wow, I'm actually getting the charge up. It's 21%. I like that. 4 here. Yeah, I know since you're on the East Coast, it's a 3-hour difference. So. We're almost done, actually, on this, so we got a couple more things.
But, I mean, if God... Are you saying that it's good because God says it, or God says it because it's good? Because either way, there's...
You're not being a battery drainer. The stream itself is. I mean, the stream itself, even with a charger, slowly drains my battery. It's just the art of the stream. You just gotta... like... I don't know how I feel now. I'm just... Don't be triggered. This is your safe space. You cannot be triggered here. So no triggering. No triggering. That's for the Marshmallow Man. That is for the Marshmallow Man to be triggered. Not me. Or whoever that dude was trying to push Patrick Little. I'm like, what the fuck? That was like, what? Like, I replied to his comment, and then he comes on to me while I'm live streaming too, and he pops in and he's like, Patrick Little. I'm like, Dude, I even just looked him up, and he's literally pulling at 0%, and you're saying he's second place. LOL! Fake news, if I ever heard any. I mean, it just based off what I know, and considering how a Nazi was also running in Illinois, too, for Senate, it wouldn't surprise me. And what's a doggy coin in Furry Nation? Oh, well, there was we were going over cryptocurrencies, and Dogecoin is a form of cryptocurrency, and it is real. The Dogecoin cryptocurrency is real, and it's DOGE, not doggy. It's Doge, and yeah, I mean, you just have to go back in the stream and check it out. It's pretty interesting. I go in a little bit. I go check out a bunch of other different cryptocurrencies as well, including Dogecoin. And the other thing you were talking about is we were looking up to see if there was like a furry coin too. And I said if it was, it would probably be called Yif coin or some shit. But I cannot find one, so I have no idea.
Problems. And from God was the remote the command
Is just opinion and belief.
Helping sticks. It's the Sabbath.
Okay, you don't. Unless there is a God, all morality is just opinion and belief.
So what?
And virtually...
Yeah, so what? I mean, there is kind of a general contract of a basic morality, and then there's the subjective details of what morality is. Your point?
Every atheist philosopher has acknowledged this. Another problem...
Yeah, because... And I did too. Because morality is, when you go down to it, can be subjective. Like, because, for example, with the death penalty, I'm personally withhold it towards like the general public, but would say that for very, very, very specific occasions, I would allow it to be implemented if needed. For example, if we capture a terrorist, try and convict him for his terrorism, or a war criminal who's committed human rights and international law violations and obviously war crimes, you know, that would be another example in my book. I mean, but for other people, they would want the death penalty abolished wholeheartedly, which I understand, you know. I don't, like 100% agree with it, of course, because I just stated my own opinion of it. But I mean, I do understand their argument, though. You know what I mean? So anyway, that was diving into a different point. But yeah, the point is that people have different moral views on different views. Classic. Oh shit! Hey, hey, equals. I almost called you Equal. Equal Pra. You are Equal Pra. I think we just got done roasting the shit out of the Ten Commandment argument. I get... we're still getting into more of it.
And virtually every atheist philosopher has acknowledged this. Another problem with the view that you don't need God to believe that murder is wrong is a lot of people haven't shared your view. And you don't have to go back very far in history to prove this.
Many Christians don't share that view either, despite having a book that says it explicitly.
Yeah, we all know the Crusades were non-violent.
And, I mean, there's plenty of Christians who commit murder all the time in America.
Actually, Christian states are people more likely to commit murder.
Yeah.
Planned Parenthood shooter, Dylan Roof. There's two Christians. Westboro Baptists, another group of Christians that, you know, well, they follow a very, very specific book, Leviticus, but... I mean, they contradict basically everything else. So, I mean, yeah. At this point, I'm just done trying to break down this bullshit.
Actually, there's actually correlations between religiosity of states and murder rates in states.
Same thing with obesity, too.
Yeah. Huh. Religious people are...
And drug addiction, and also STDs and pregnancies. Oh, and abortions. Yeah. Unfortunately, your southern belt neighbors are very riddled with STDs, drug problems, and all sorts of other unfortunate things like obesity and stuff like that. And, I mean, I can pull up some stuff now, actually, but we're almost going 2 hours, and I don't want to stay too long. And I got a couple more things to look at anyways, so... Well, just 2 more things after this, actually, so... Maybe at some point I'll do like polls of America and check out like all the stats of America and everything and just go in detail about it and why that might be and some shit, you know. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Gonna be down on my list of things to consider for future streams.
So much of cat murdering assholes.
Can't figure it out.
Yeah. In the 20th century, millions of people in communist societies and under
Oh, here we go.
Nazism killed about 100 million people. And
the whole atheist state of communism argument. Stalin and Pol Pot and Mao Zedong, these guys didn't kill all these people for the sake of atheism and all this bullshit. They did that because they were holding political control and power over their nations. Oh, and this whole fascism thing saying they killed millions of people and they were followers of God, like with Nazis and shit. Yeah, they were Christians. Nazis were Christians. They hated the Catholics, but they were Christians who were persecuting Jews. And later down the line, they were implementing German mysticism into their weird, diluted, sickening form of Christianity. So, yeah. Flawed, phallic, terrible, shitty strawman argument.
that doesn't count as...
I mean, like, yeah, Stalin, Mao, and these communist dictators were atheists, sure. And their states were atheist states. But they still didn't do that in the name of atheism. No one has killed anyone in the name of atheism. Seriously. I mean, if there's like a specific example somewhere, I'd like to see it, but I've never have ever heard or seen it before. I mean, yeah, I just haven't seen it. I mean, come on. I mean, you're not even taking any other considerations of what these nations' philosophy, or at least what these ideologies' philosophies were in their specific states, like Stalin's Soviet Union, Mao's Communist China, and all these other places, and Hitler's Germany. Like, you're not even taking into consideration of what all the other views they had as to why this stuff may have happened. Like with Soviet Union, there's the famine in Ukraine, Holodomor. There was also the Great Purge. And that was all to seize control and power, not for atheism, the evil atheism. It's just a fucking terrible argument, dude.
Single soldier killed in war. So don't get too confident about people's ability to figure out right from wrong without a higher authority.
What? Hold on. So
It's
we're
all
excusing the
Nazis.
Nazis, but the Nazis had higher authorities.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. We've literally had to go through this numerous times on the show.
About 100 times, at least.
Read Mein Kampf, read Hitler's speeches, acknowledge the fact that the Nazis' first ever treaty was with the Catholic Church.
Well, I do remember Hitler saying he had very big distaste for the Catholic Church, but I could be wrong, honestly. What was that? I missed it? There's always an excuse, though. Yeah. I mean, this guy is, it's just a, I mean, we're like the last couple seconds of this video, so I think we're just done with it. I mean, it's just terrible. It's just awful. So, at the beginning of the stream, I did mention some stuff about Afghanistan. Oh, yeah, we're still there, by the way. And we have our 18th commander in Afghanistan appointed in the whole 17 years that we've been there. So basically we've had one commander alternating yearly. When are we just gonna leave? Are we gonna leave at some point? Osama's dead. Al-Qaeda's been basically crushed. The Taliban's just regained territory, and they're a guerrilla army based in Afghanistan that stays in Afghanistan because they're a local guerrilla army. So, what are you doing? What are we doing? Get the let's get in the video before I start ranting already.
Since in Afghanistan, the U.S.-led mission
Let me turn it up a little bit.
to help Afghanistan get rid of terrorists started in 2002, shortly after the 9/11 attack. Lieutenant General Austin Miller becomes the 18th commander of the 17-year campaign. That means the Afghanistan mission has had a new commander every year on average. The latest U.S. watchdog report says the campaign has brought little, if any, good to that country.
Yeah. U.S. watchdog on $5 billion Afghanistan mission. The program mostly failed. A sharp decline in strength.
No, go to your left a little bit.
Often exacerbated conflicts enabled construction and bolstering support for insurgents.
I don't know which direction Team 30, but I just know it's that one.
U.S. greatly overestimated its ability to build and reform. Poor results of this particular stabilization mission make it tempting to conclude that stabilization should not be conducted in the future at all.
Some in Afghanistan who hoped America's presence would usher in a new era of peace and stability for the country have paid a heavy price. RT's Samira Khan tells the story.
Back in August 2016, an Afghan man named his son after Donald Trump. But that was before Trump swapped television for the White House. Now, after being inspired by Trump's business achievements outlined in his books, the Afghan man hoped that giving his son the same name would bring about the same sort of luck.
We're very happy to name our child after the best politician, and I hope he...
Oh, whoa! I didn't watch this yet, so I didn't know this was gonna happen. Like, whoa. Okay, why do I give a fuck about this nutball?
As well. I gave my son this name to make him lucky, and I want to see him as smart and mindful as Donald Trump.
Oh god, I feel bad for this dude. Oh my god, I feel so bad for him. Oh my god. Oh. Oh man. Oh. That hurt. That hurt. I feel so bad for his kid. Oh man. Oh, I am hurting. I'm physically hurting. Oh. Oh. Donald Trump. Not even the kid, but like he physically harmed me through like the outer dimensions. Oh. Oh. Oh, I feel so bad. And why was that even part of the story? I could have gone not knowing that. Oh, I just can't stop thinking about that poor kid now. Oh man. Oh man.
But that's backfired miserably. The family was driven out of their hometown because his community took issue with the child's non-Muslim name.
Oh wow, then the irony is that his whole village has a problem with him now.
Now he's...
You named your child after Donald Trump. We must exile you, it's Haram.
Reportedly fled Afghanistan.
After seeing the reaction to my son's name and also the Taliban-directed assassination of the man who awarded President Trump a medal, I don't feel safe.
This comes after the Taliban...
Well, yeah, maybe you shouldn't have named your kid Donald Trump. Like, come on. I don't know what names you got, but Donald Trump should not have been one of them.
And assassinated one of the Afghan men who minted a gold medal honoring the U.S. president. Back in January, Gul Nabi and his friend Farhad Akbari raised money to produce a special gift for Donald Trump to thank the State Department for toughened stance on Pakistan.
We are suspending security assistance only to Pakistan at this time. Until the Pakistan...
Okay, well... Whoa, what's going on? Okay. Oh, here's a comment. They're there to keep poppy plants secure. Poppy plants are red flowers which produce opium the pharmaceutical companies use to make drugs with. Well, yeah, okay, that's obvious. I mean, that's what we do there, along with some of the rare minerals and resources that are there as well. I mean, it's pretty obvious why we're still in Afghanistan, but it's just like, it's more of an anger as to why. Why are you just continuing to do this when it's obviously just, you know, making it worse just domestically here and for domestically in Afghanistan. I mean, it's just been it's been terrible for both sides because, I mean, all the U.S. is doing is bolstering more support for people radicalizing to the Taliban because they're a guerrilla army within the area. And obviously other people think otherwise too, but it doesn't help when we drop Moabs in Afghanistan and continue to go there and be there for 17 years. Like, I'm only, what, 2 years older, 3 years older now than the Afghan war. Like, I'm only 2 to 3 years older than that war. It's just like, I mean, there are people who are eligible to go serve now, who have only been alive since this war has been going on. I mean, there are people now graduated. Whoa, whoops, oops, oh, shit happened. But yeah, I mean, you get the point. I mean, this also reminded me of a movie that is on Netflix, actually. It's the original. And it's called War Machine. And it basically is in the view of a new commander going into Afghanistan trying to resolve the issue. And then he gets fired later. And then in the end of the movie, a different commander with his little crew, aides and assistants and shit, are behind him, which is how the movie started with him. So it basically is just kind of like, it's a really good film. It's only about 2 hours long, which is about the same amount of time that we've been going on for. But it's a really good film. I recommend checking it out. It's War Machine. It's a Netflix original, but it's really good. I like it a lot. It's a really good film. But yeah, I mean, when I saw this, I instantly got reminded of that, honestly. And now we're going to see what's strange about Florida for a little bit.
Yeah, and I think that, so, like, shoulder to shoulder, person to person, I feel like a bit of a disconnect, But social media, like, we get to share information, sometimes not good information, sometimes good information. Like, the fact that people are communicating, I think, is important. It's making people take stands on things that they're all finding out, oh, you believe that too, or I think that too, like, cool, like, I can find my people. But on the actual, like, oxytocin, like, social side, people actually getting to know each other, like, those, like, intimate relationships, like, I feel like that part is suffering a little bit from it.
Yeah, I think that's suffering a little bit in real life, because people are in cars, they're in traffic, they're isolated, then they go to work, and they're in a cubicle all day, and they get home, they're in their apartment or their house. Yeah, there's not a lot of, like, interaction with people, and it's just...
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, when I'm not in college or anything like that, or at work, I'm just, like, generally chilling at my house for the most part. So, I mean, I definitely feel that.
I think this is just a side effect of modern life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird that there's so many, like, in LA, there's so many people next to each other, and almost nobody knows their neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
It's very strange.
Yeah. I mean, in a way, I also feel strangely like I don't know my neighbors in a sense, which is kind of, I mean, I do, but I mean, I don't, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, damn, I should, like, try to know them more. I mean, because it's definitely an unfortunate negative side effect with modern technology that there's kind of a disconnect with what's, actually around you compared to, like, online, while there's, like, such a major connection online. Like, I mean, you're across the whole country, and I don't know where anyone else would be viewing would all be at, but they'll, like, be wherever they're at, probably across the world. And they're able to essentially instantly see this, and there can be a connection that way. But unfortunately, the sad negative is that we kind of become more disconnected with people actually around us.
Right.
What I'm talking about is I think countries are stupid.
What are you doing?
Like states. I think countries are like states. Like, I think we should build a wall over Florida before we should build a wall over Mexico.
Build a wall over Florida. Damn. We need the Florida Dome. We need the Florida Thunderdome to, like, seal Florida off and quarantine that shit. Because, like, I guarantee you there's, like, a weird, crazy Florida story, especially with Florida Man. And, I don't know the full song of Florida Man, but I mean, it's just like, damn. But I mean, yeah, you could probably find a crazy Florida story at least once a day.
I mean, Florida's a state, right? But Florida is just as alien as, like, say, Finland or something like that. I mean, it's just the fact that you can move out of Florida and, like, fuck Florida, man, I'm gonna move to Atlanta, and you go up there, and, like, nobody stops you. You just go. But if you're in Tijuana, like, you're like, nah, dog, there's a fence up here, bitch. Like, there's no crossing. To me, that seems, like, super fucking strange, and almost like guaranteeing that those spots are fucked forever. And the only way anything's ever going to level out is if you let anybody travel wherever they want. And nobody's willing to do that because it might fuck up the good spots. Like La Jolla would be like, no, you can't just like...
We're not equal.
Yeah, we're not equal. You can't just come over from... I mean, you think about it, La Jolla has some of the wealthiest real estate in the world, right?
Damn.
And, unbelievable, beautiful views. And you could walk to Mexico from La Jolla. You could walk. I mean, what's the distance between Tijuana and La Jolla? Let's guess. Let me guess. I'm going to say it's 50 miles. Is it 50?
I'm going to say...
Might not even be 50.
No, it's not that many because it's...
30?
Depending on... Oh, yeah. I would say it's a 30-minute drive, like moderate, normal speed limit, no traffic. Maybe.
So maybe it's 30 miles. So it's like a marathon.
Mm-hmm.
Like a marathon run, which people do. They run marathons all the time. 20?
Yeah.
32 miles. 30. So you're in fucking Tijuana. You're in a third world country, in one of the worst neighborhoods of a third world country. And 32 miles away, you have like these unbelievable mansions on these bluffs overlooking the ocean. Like, look at that shit. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn. Yeah. So here's the actual distance. They popped that shit up for us. Cool. Yeah, so Tijuana's just, right there. And La Jolla is right there. Looks like La Jolla, but obviously it's not La Jolla. It's about, what's the distance? In miles, it's not telling me. Oh, no, it says 32.3 miles. Yeah. About 30.2 miles, so that's a little more than a marathon.
That's crazy.
You're in Coronado.
It's very weird.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very weird. Yeah.
Oh, wow, and San Diego is in between it. So San Diego is even closer than Tijuana.
And the Coronado, the island, that's all super wealthy people.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. That's where Dick Cheney lives, apparently.
Yeah, they have the ability of shutting that whole island down if there's like vandalism or like because it's got its entry and it's out like what is it called? So it's not exactly an island, like it does attach to the land. What is that called? A peninsula?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but they have an ability at both the peninsula edge and the bridge to shut it down as a community if shit's going down on the island and they don't want someone to get off.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how rich they are.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's only one of the wealthiest places in the world. And another one, there's one off of Miami. There's like some
Pretty sure that's Dubai, I think, but I could be wrong.
Little tiny island that's filled only with rich people. Is that what it's called? Yeah. It's like one of the most wealthy places on the planet. It's one little spot off of Miami. Just filled with rich folks waiting for a hurricane to fuck up their life. Is that it? Star Island is a tiny neighborhood.
It's a tiny neighborhood of massive houses and drama. Wow.
Of massive houses and drama. Oh, there's drama.
Oh, see the big X on it?
Wow.
Like, fuck this place. Okay.
Fuck
Fuck this was.
Damn, badass houses, though.
But they have good brunch, too.
Yeah, that's their little...
Wow. Florida State Road A1A. Wow. And you have to cross Bridge Road to get to this island. And why would I even want to be here?
So they have a little bridge, and it's a little tiny island. All right. Good luck. People are weird.
People are weird. Florida's weird. Like, what the fuck, Florida? What are you doing? Like, can you get, like, one of your most intelligent people from Florida to just, like, sit down with me and talk about, like, what the fuck is up with Florida? I mean, holy shit. Like, I can't fathom Florida sometimes. I just question Florida so much. Because Florida is an interesting place.
Weird cat.
It's not safe.
No.
Doesn't feel safe.
Not in Miami.
A pirate, come wipe that whole thing out.
Crocodiles. That place is filled with pirates. That place
Pirates
is filled
and
with
crocs.
weird shit. It's just Florida's so strange. I love it. I'm joking around, but I hate it. But I love Miami. It's so strange. It's such a. Every time I go down there, I'm like, you should have to have a passport to come here. This is not America. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It's great, but it's chaos. But then there's some Florida spots like you're like, okay, Pensacola, just go fuck yourself. What'd you say?
It's Alabama.
It might as well be. It might as well be. Other than Roy Jones Jr., when he came out of there, he put Pensacola on the map.
Well, wasn't totally about Florida, but I don't care. If any U.S. state deserves a wall, it's California. California's not at... Whatever, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not even California, and I know California isn't that terrible. Come on, Lord. Alrighty, I think that looks like the little end of the adventure on all my subjects I got for today. We went hella deep on that commandment weird thing. Like, holy fuck. Well, you know what they say. I'm Henry VIII. Yes, I am. I think I might have to do an outro of this to let you hear the insufferable song in my head. Battery drainer off. Well, do you know who I am, though? Sing along if you like. I'm Henry VIII, I am. Henry VIII, I am, I am. I got married to the widow next door. She's been married 7 times before. Everyone was a Henry. She Willy over Sam. Eighth old man, I'm Henry. Henry VIII, I am. Second verse, same as the first. Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna stop torturing you. God help us. I played this earlier, and the song's been in my head all day, which is why my thing's titled the way it is. Like, oh my lord. I don't know how I found this song. Oh, I do. I actually know. This will be the final thing, because this is how I found it. Or is it? Is that part 1? Yes. I have to skip to it. I have to find out where... Oh my god. I have to go so deep. So deep. Damn. Where could it be? I might have skipped it. I'm guaranteed I skipped it.
Fucking,
Yeah, I think he would be fine with Henry VIII taking his spot.
Here we go. Perfect. I'm Henry VIII, I am. Henry VIII, I am, I am.
All right, now we got... Alright, I'm not listening. I gotta close the chat, because otherwise you're gonna keep distracting me shit.
Times before, and everyone was an Henry.
Okay, please stop.
She wouldn't take
a Willy or a Sam.
Uh-huh.
I'm a great old man, I'm Henry.
Shut up.
Henry VIII, I
am.
Oh my god.
Henry
VIII, I am.
Good stuff.
Second verse,
same as the first.
I am Henry VIII, I am. Come on.
Come on, man.
Why'd you turn my camera on? What's wrong, TJ?
Sing to the people.
I am Henry VIII, I am. Henry VIII.
Fuck you, Paul. You're the one who started this on me. This is where it begun for me. Was damn Paul.
I am. I'm married to the widow next door. She's been married 7 times before, and everyone was an Henry. She wouldn't take a Willy or a Sam. I'm a rich old man, I'm Henry. Henry VIII, I am. There you go.
Alright. You done? Done? You got it out of your system?
So that's why Paul did not appear in many music.
You want
Third verse, same as the first. No.
Okay.
He was joking. But yeah, that's how it begun for me. Which, hence, I looked up, unfortunately, this song, and it's a thing. So, yeah, that's not going to leave my system for a while. So you just might want to get used to it, boy. Because I'm... Okay, I'm kidding. I'm not going to keep going. Not tonight, at least. Not tonight. Thanks, ear. Just trying to exit out of everything. I don't need all this shit out. But, yeah. I can't believe the song's in my head, though. It's just like... Oh my god, is this a little kid doing it? Oh no. Oh god, it's a whole choir of children. Oh no, it's a solo. Okay, this is the last thing I'm looking at. It's a 5-year-old.
Hey, let's go over to center stage and one of our teeny bopper spotlight
We don't care about your little Tina bopper. Okay, who's better, this kid or me? This kid with the most insane bowl cut I've ever seen, or me? Damn, you're debating it. You're debating it. Oh my god, I can't believe this. He keeps saying Enery. This kid's cute, too cute. Everyone's just like Enery the it oi everyone's just like loving it's funny. Second verse, same as the first. Yeah, now I'm getting it in your head. Now you're gonna be humming that to sleep. It's gonna be in my head now. God damn it. Well, we're gonna torture ourselves tonight with that, but yeah. I better just prep myself for more torture, so I'm going to end this now. Give you the good old finger of death, because I always love doing that. It's my favorite hobby. I need to do something with you at some point. I need to, like, prank. I need to prank your face. Oh, and this is cold now, and now I have to reheat it before I go to bed, too. So, that would be fun, but whatever. Alright, well, yeah. Good night, my friend, or good morning for you at this point. I mean, it's almost, like, 5, so... Good morning, good sir, good night. Good night, because I'm Henry VIII, I am. Outro.